All right, math teacher fam. Today is the episode where we get real about what it actually looks like to support productive struggle during the lesson. Because planning for struggle is one thing, right? That was action 4 in our deep dive on the productive math struggle. But supporting it in the moment, you guys, that's where even experienced teachers start sweating. It's kind of like playing a game of double dutch. Like, do I step in? Do I hold back? Do I give a hint? Do I catch and release? Do I tell them something because the clock is ticking and it's fourth hour and we're all tired? Okay. Today we are going to be breaking down a small but mighty set of high leverage instructional moves that keep struggle productive, not painful. We're going to keep this tight, energetic, and super actionable so that you can use it tomorrow because just like action 4, this one was beefy and packed with so much goodness, but I got to make sure that this one is here to support you. Okay, so first up, not all struggle is the same. You guys, one of the biggest mistakes we make is assuming that all struggle looks alike. It does not. Okay, it was, I think, Warschauer. I could be wrong, who identified 5 types of student struggle. They can't get started, they can't use a process, they can't calculate, they can't stay with the task, or they can't explain. Now, why does this matter to you, to me, to anyone? Because if we don't name and identify the struggle, we can't support the struggle. And this year, especially while preparing for my national boards, I have been collecting data on who gets stuck, how they get stuck, and when frustration turns into shutdown. It's incredibly clarifying, you guys. It can help you identify patterns and helps you know exactly which moves to use for your students. Okay. You don't just need some sort of spreadsheet or something to start. Just knowing these categories is instantly going to improve how you respond. Who can't get started? Who doesn't know the process? Who can't just do the calculations? Who can't stay with the task? Who can't like just keep going? Who can't explain their thinking? Okay. Tally it up. Figure out who it is in your classroom. Okay. Knowing those categories and who is in each one of those improves how you respond to your student. Now, this is the most important shift to me in action 5. So let's say this with our whole chest, our whole heart. Stop rescuing answers. Start rescuing thinking. Okay. Rescuing answers sounds like, okay, well, just do this. Here, let me show you. Or like, actually, it's easier if you cross multiply. Oh, or look, you can use the formula, right? And yes, you guys, sometimes like telling those things is necessary, but most of the time, telling those shortcuts short circuits the thinking process. And that is counterproductive to everything we have been talking about here. Okay. So we want to rescue thinking, on the other hand, which sounds more like, so what have you tried so far? Or show me a representation. Tell me what part about this is confusing you? Is it the numbers? Is it the questions? Could you try it maybe with some nicer numbers first? Let's, see how that works out for you. What's a tool that you might use? Or what are you noticing in this problem here? Okay. These moves are the ones that are going to keep your students in the driver's seat. They're going to help them reduce that panic. It's going to build their self efficacy and it's going to lead to transferable strategies they can try on their own in the future. This is a move that helps build mathematicians, not mimickers. Okay. All right. Now, here's the second move that I love. This is my favorite, like whole class struggle move. It's simple, it's elegant, it's powerful. It's going to be one that you go to too. It's called the catch and release. Here's how it works. Catch. 1, I noticed maybe like 5 groups are stuck in the same spot. A misconception is spreading like wildfire, or somebody's got a great strategy that is worth spotlighting. Okay, I'm going to time out, pause the whole class for a moment and ask an open question like, what's thing that you do know so far? Or what strategies have you seen that might help here? Or what makes this part tricky? And I'm going to let my kids talk about it. I'm going to chart their ideas, write them down on whatever. And I'm going to use maybe like think, pair, share if needed. Okay. And then once we've caught them, once we've talked about it, then I'm going to release them back to the task with some clarity, confidence, that little nugget or nudge that I needed to give all of them. Okay. And this is great because it prevents spiraling, right? We don't need them to spiral into that downward struggle. But we do also then get the opportunity to normalize struggle. Like, hey, I noticed, 5 of our groups were struggling with this. What is it that we notice about it? What is it we wonder? What are some of the things we know, right? We're making that struggle normalized and we're sharing strategies to help everyone move forward. It's going to amplify their student voice and it saves you from repeating that same mini lesson, lecture, whatever you want to call it, like 14 dozen times, right? And it helps build community. All right. Now, pro tip, don't catch too often. Use it for like those really big moments where collective struggle becomes collective insight. Okay. Okay. See what we're doing there? We're going to use this strategically. Now, move number 3 is referrals. Or move number 3 that I'm highlighting here today, anyways. Teach students where to look. Okay. Now, supporting struggle does not mean that you, as the teacher, become the walking answer key. Okay. It means that you become the connector between students and useful resources to answer their own questions. It could sound like, check the KWS chart that you made. What do you know and what do you want to know? What's some way we could work on finding a solution for that? Or look at the anchor chart for representation options. See if one of those might help you there. Or maybe ask a partner what they tried. What is their strategy and how might that help you? Or try a 3 things organizer before you come back to me. There are some amazing tools in here that you definitely need to get the book and check out. The KWO is like know, want to know, and solve. Love this as a reframe of like a KWL. Alike and different, 3 things, kind of like a ask 3 before me. Math notebooks are in here. Anchor charts focused on strategies, not shortcuts. It is like a treasure trove inside this book. So you've just got to go and get all the moves, right? Because I can't teach you all of them right now, but I can share with you some of my favorites. Okay. So you guys, again, this is a big one. That I am a big believer in. Teach your students how to use calculators and tools strategically. Okay. To use that as their referral to their tool, whether it's a calculator, a graph, whatever it is. It's not going to be cheating. It's called being an efficient mathematician, right? Because if the calculation gets in the way of understanding, that's unproductive struggle. And we can fix that really fast by teaching our students to feel empowered to use the tools at their hand. Okay. Just said what I said. I believe calculators belong there, because again, like there's no reason for the calculation to get in the way and force them to struggle unproductively when knowing how to use a tool can help them struggle productively. Okay, picking up what I'm putting down there. All right, another one that I loved a lot was metacognitive, kind of like micro questions. Guys, this one's like super underrated, I think. So when your students get stuck, they don't need you to explain. They need you to help like untangle like the crazy mess that's going on in their little noodle up there. Okay, so maybe asking them a quick question like, well, what's something that you do understand about this? Or again, going back to like, what's confusing for you? Is it the numbers or is it the situation? Or if there was like a simpler version, what might that look like? Or how else could you represent this? Does that answer make sense to you? What would you try first if the numbers were nicer? Okay. These kinds of questions help like reduce the anxiety of our students. They break that like frozen mode that they're stuck in and it helps activate reasoning, which is preventing the shutdown then. Okay. It helps teach our students to self monitor what happens to them. And bonus, you guys, your students are going to start asking themselves these questions even when you're not there. Okay. And that's when you know that their math identity is really forming. All right. Okay. Honor mistakes. This is a really fun one that was in here. And you guys, you can't talk about productive struggle without talking about mistakes. And I love my favorite mistakes like of the day, whatever. My favorite wrong answer is really my favorite one to shout out and call attention to the class. I do that with like a catch and release mode, okay? So you can combine these things and work them together, okay? But here's why honoring mistakes is so essential, however you want to do it. It's going to it helps you show that mistakes show conceptual misunderstandings. Mistakes can drive discussion. Mistakes normalize risk taking, mistakes build trust, and mistakes deepen learning. Okay. So when I say something like, ooh, this is a good one, let's unpack why this made so much sense at first, but why it doesn't actually get us the right answer. Or I love this strategy. Like, tell me what you were thinking. We can talk about the strategy, even if it led to a mistake. Okay. You're still protecting your students' dignity. You're still building that community and you're reframing struggle as learning, which then helps us, reduce and mitigate the math trauma. Okay. This is where we can create those math classrooms where our kids really want to try. Okay. Now, bonus for us is like I said, it's kind of like playing, double Dutch jump rope, right? Should I, shouldn't I? So knowing when to help and when to hold back isn't really a move. It's like an art. Okay. That is the art of teaching. It's not a science at this point. You got to ask yourself, like, is my student out of strategies? Are they are they in a frustration spiral that I need to save them from? Has productive struggle now turned unproductive? Will a little nudge or nugget help unlock their learning or their thinking and move them forward? Or will telling my students something rob them of the learning that they're so close to? I love my girl Mona. She calls these the nudges and nuggets, and I love these words. It's a well-timed nudge can just be like magic, right? But an over explanation is the kryptonite. So, like, you've got to balance, right? Your job is not to make struggle disappear, it's to help make sure that the struggle is productive. Okay. Whew. All right, you guys. I told you I was going to make that one. It's a beefy chapter. Go get the book, read the whole thing, learn all the moves, find your favorites for yourselves. But I told you I was going to make this a little bit faster than our last one because, man, action 4, big and beefy. Okay, anyways, here is your mini move for the week for supporting productive struggle. Here, when students get stuck, don't give an answer. Nope. Ask a metacognitive micro question instead. Just one. That's it. Or maybe you're going to try the catch and release. Or maybe you're going to try the referral. Whatever it is, pick just one move and try it this week. Okay. Supporting productive struggle doesn't mean working harder. It means working differently as a teacher. And that's kind of cool, right? Next time we wrap up our series with action 6, reflecting on productive struggle. I cannot believe we are at the end of this amazing book. If you haven't already grabbed it yet, grab it. It's at a link in the show notes. We're going to talk about what happened after the lesson has gone down and how reflection really helps shape future identity, planning, and community. It's going to be incredible. Until next time, go grab the book on Amazon, read ahead of me, and I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, keep it real.